Turn 2 Necrons reserves can come in, and they both do. So Doomscythe actually decided Deep Strike. He did tell me before the game, it wasn't just an impromptu decision. And the Monolith, of course, Deep Striking as well, right beside my Ludas. Now let's see if they regroup. The Immortals do, and they move forward 3 inches, but they can only fire snapshots for the rest of the turn, or can't move otherwise. The Immortals run into the Iceblood River, because 3-up rerollable actually is pretty good. It's worth the risk of rolling for dangerous terrain, because again you have a 3+ rerollable if you fail. And so he's shooting the Doom Scythe, the Death Laser, right through both of my battle wagons. Starting in the first, because of the custom force field, I have a 5+ save, and I make it. But then there's still one more battle wagon to go, and I make it again. Those were automatic penetrating hits, and I am just astounded. I thought they were both going to blow up. But back armor 10 against Tesla, strength 7. He rolls, gets 3 penetrating hits. I save another 2. 1 goes through, and it's only a shaken, and it's +1 because of open taunt. But he's only shaken. But he has 2 hull points left. Then the warriors and the one ghost arc that just hopped over the wall shoot. Only manage 1 more glancing hit. Or it was a penetrating hit maybe. Anyways, they're shooting at it. The Monolith is shooting his side cannons at it, trying to do everything. The Royal Court shot everything at it, but they couldn't kill the battle wagon. So next best thing, they're sucking all the Ludas in through the door. So you get 5 inches. I take a toughness test or a strength test. Forget what it was, but a bunch of Ludas die, and they're all sucked in there to the Monolith. Moving on, the Immortals take their shots. They're inevitably going to get charged soon enough, so might as well stay in the Fireblood and kill a handful of boys. And at the end of the shooting phase, I do make my morale on my guys that aren't fearless. So my Death Copters do come in, and for the Daka Jets, they also come in from reserves. And so they're looking very greedily at that Doom Scythe. And just astounded, I can't pass up the opportunity. It didn't do damage with this huge laser, so I'll have to kill it before it does. So rolling for difficult terrain, I do make a couple, but I reveal a Razor Wing Nest. And so I was supposed to roll before, so we'll just assume that I failed the test. And I take a couple wounds or hits from the Razor Wing Nest. It's strength 4, not too bad. But I do make my armor save, and so, or it doesn't fails to hurt me. Time for a tank shock / ram though. So I'm going through 2 separate spots of difficult terrain or dangerous. And so I pass both, and then I ram, although I'm probably not supposed to go over multiple levels of ruins. But I did anyways, because it's awesome, and it's only a 5+ to dodge now, but he rolled a 1 anyways. And 1 penetrating hit, but he's only immobilized. So the next Death Rolla hits with 5, and I failed all of them to penetrate, but I forgot to roll 1, and then I got it, and he is also immobilized. And so these Ghost Arcs just are refusing to die, but at least they're wounded. So all the Death Copters are going to continue to shoot. They get 1 hit, and 1 penetrating hit, because strength, because of the penetrating hit, all the Ghost Arcs armor goes down, and it explodes just enough to get rid of it, and it hits 1 boy, or 1 Storm Boy and 1 Immortal. So rolling for the Storm Boy, it does wound him, and my armor save is failed. And so he dies against the Immortal, but then he has a 3+, so he makes that. And then inside for the Royal Court, rolling for all of them, I caused 4 wounds actually. It was pretty good. And so he starts on Oberon, and so he's look out sirs, so it's just 2+, but he keeps on failing. But then he gets 2 of them, and he looked out sir to Xandric, and so there's 2 on each, and they have their 2+ saves. And so both on Oberon makes it, 2 on Xandric makes it. Nice, and then they're all out in the open. The Ludas continue to fire at those Ghost Arcs, trying to do something. 3 shots each, lots of hits, couple, but he does make his Jink save. Continue to shoot the rockets, fail. Rockets on top, fail. But then my Jet starts shooting at the Doom Scythe. I decide not to call a Waaagh, I should have enough. But both fire. And I end up only causing one glancing hit. Or maybe it was a penetrate. The Doom Scythe is alive and well. Ludas, now they have a tough decision. They shoot at the Doom Scythe or the Ghost Arc. But they decide to shoot at the Ghost Arc to try to kill it, because if I can assault the warriors inside, that'll be a huge game changer. And so rockets galore from everywhere trying to shoot. But I'm unable to kill it. But then I have a few more, extra little shots here and there, just trying to do what I can. Now it's time. Shoot pistols from the Storm Boys. He fails. He rolls double 1. Fails his 3+ for rollable, which is very nice. I'm going to try to charge through difficult terrain like 10 inches, but I have to roll 3, take the 2 lowest. But then the Storm Boys do make their charge, but he gets his Overwatch, but doesn't manage to cause any wounds. So I do get a nice charge range in, and so they're all charging in. So I have to take a few dangerous terrain tests, and I don't get wounded at all. But then the Pylon also test for dangerous terrain. So a few more guys going through test, and they all make it. Necrons attacking back first, cause 1 wound, but since I'm a Nice Blood, I can re-roll, and I make it. And now for the Storm Boys with a lot of attacks. Dan thought it was funny to see me fumbling around with the dice. And lots of hits, lots of wounds. I think it was about 10 or 12 total. So we're starting with the ones in the Ice Blood. Just rolling 4 at a time because there's 4 in the Ice Blood. So 3 plus re-rollable, that's 8 wounds saved so far, and another 2 for a total of 10. 10 wounds saved, and that was a lot of dice thrown. Oh, but we got a Power Claw. So 2 hits and 2 failed wounds. And so no one died at all from that combat. At all. They just flippy floppy, not doing anything to each other. But then attacking the Ghost Arc, he does Overwatch and kill a few, but then I get a nice 7-inch charge range even with the difficult terrain. And only the Power Claw can actually hurt it, because his armor is 11 all around. And I do manage to... No, I didn't blow it up. I only wrecked it. Dan wanted it to blow up and kill all the boys. But at least the Necrons are able to get out, and they passed their pinning check. So into turn 2, the Doom Scythe, we forgot to put it on that. I think he's just shaken. He'll be able to fly out next turn, though. The just didn't do their job. But the boys, they moved up slightly further. Storm Boys are stuck in, but the Necrons just refused to die. They didn't even have to come back. They just didn't die at all. It was quite funny, actually. And my battle wagons, the one that was almost dead, did his job. He damaged a Ghost Arc and outflanking Death Copters. Very good turn 2 for Orks, but the Necrons are holding pretty strong, and it's kind of scary to see what they're going to be able to do to me next turn. So click the link below for part 4.